Hi everybody, and welcome back to Fawn of the Forest, the tarot channel for sweet, sensitive little woodland creatures. I am your host, Fawn of the Forest, and today's topic is, what are their intentions toward you? Hopefully their intentions don't suck, but if they do, we will try to get some clarity for you. Let's not waste any time. I'm going to, in a few seconds, spin the wheel. It's really simple how to play. You just screenshot once I spin the wheel, and whatever pile you land on, that's your pile. So without further ado, let's spin. Hi, pile number one. Welcome to your reading. So today's question is, what are their true intentions toward you? Not the intentions that maybe they want to tell you that they have, but their true intentions. And let's get right into it, shall we? All right. Oh, it's the Nine of Cups. Make a wish. Whenever we see the Nine of Cups on this channel, we make a wish. So I'll give you a moment to make a wish while I put these down here. Oh, wow. Okay. So interesting here. So with the Nine of Cups and the Chariot and the Sun, I think that in a sense they want to or think they are capable of making you happy. And in a sense, making your wishes come true, which is a nice thing. The question is, can they do it? And this Three of Wands here gives me a little bit of a moment's pause, just because I think it's kind of like the Three of Wands, when it's upright, is about moving on to that next level. And you know, for some of you watching this, it could be a situation where it's like they want to move to the next level, but you don't. Or you want to move things to the next level, but they don't. I think it's more they want to move things to the next level, but either you don't, or they are struggling with their capacity for actually being able to do that. But it seems like their intentions are good. The Chariot is about forward progress, in fact, quick progress. And this person might want to like move things quickly. There's a little bit of like fairy godparent, fairy godmother, fairy godfather, fairy godparent energy here, where it's like, oh, let me just come into this person's life and I'll give them everything they ever wanted. I'll make their fantasies come true, their dreams come true. But there could be a little element of rushing to it that maybe that's why you're watching this video. Maybe it's giving you like a little bit of moment's pause about that. And with the Chariot, quick isn't always bad. It's just kind of like, all right, no, right, this is moving fast. And the Sun, it's like the rays are blasting, excuse me, and they might, you know, what I'm getting is it's kind of like someone who wants to quickly get together with you. Like someone who's like, tell me you love me on the first date. I speak from experience, fortunately or unfortunately, so I get it. The Sun is kind of like, yeah, it's brilliance, it's happiness, but it can also like blind you. And I'm just getting a little like, all right, yeah, this all seems great on paper, but there's that Three of Wands reversed, and it's like, all right, what else? Okay, boredom. Refusal to walk away from something. The Fool, interesting. Taking it serious. The Moon. Just make sure. Okay, great. So, all right, with the Four of Cups, I see boredom. This might be your energy. I feel like I'm in your energy right now. And you are having a hard time walking away from something or letting something go. And it might be because they're offering so much, or seem to be offering so much. The Fool is like, okay, when it's upright, the Fool is like, just take the chance, go for it. But the Fool is reversed here. So I'm just seeing you having hesitation. And you feel like they might be hiding something, and you might be right. The Moon is like lies, deceit, deception, or just like not being able to fully understand somebody's intention, which is probably why you're watching this video. And I think that your right to be a little bit concerned or just like hesitant. Let's pull some more cards here. Eight of, okay. Let's just down a little bit. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. I mean, so with this Eight of Swords, I see hesitation. I see like, I don't want to make this decision. I feel like it might end up being a waste of time and resources with that reverse Ace of Pentacle. And the Hangman is reversed, like, oh, I don't know. I feel like your gut is saying that this is not quite right. And, you know, with that rushing vibe, with that, like, let me just give you everything you ever wanted and kind of blind you a little. Oh, it's, you know, it's a little bit of a flavor of love bombing coming from them. And you're kind of like, well, I don't want to be love bombed. I want like slow and steady wins the race. I want to take my time getting to know somebody. And this person is in a rush. And I think you're feeling like put the brakes on, but then you're like second guessing your desire to put the brakes on. Pull some more cards here. Interesting. Huh. Whoops. Oh, okay. Interestinger and interestinger. So we have the Ace of Cups, which is like a possibility for relationship, possibility. Queen of Cups, that could be you. I think that they see in you this deep emotional depth that could feed them. And they see that you have strengths that they just don't possess. And they want to collaborate. They're like, okay, you know, and I'm getting this feeling of like, they're like, I know that I don't have this. So this person, you have these strengths that I just don't possess. So if I get with somebody like you, that'll help balance me out and I won't kind of have this bad run. They're seeing you kind of as a solution to a problem that they recognize that they have. It's giving off a little bit of like avoidant energy on them, or just something where they lose interest and they're like, you are the answer though. If I can get with somebody who possesses these positive qualities that you have, we can collaborate and I will balance out and I won't have this bad streak of luck. But what about you? Hello, what about you? You're in this too. Knight of Wands. Yeah, you're coming from a very different energy. And I don't even know if they're like aware that you're coming from this energy, because I'm just getting, the more I go into this reading, the more I'm getting like, they just want to get with you really fast and without a lot of questions asked, because they're like, you're the antidote. You, on the other hand, are, I think that you're like, you have some attraction to them, and that's undeniable, and that's cool. However, I think I get the sense that some of you watching are going to be coming out of something kind of painful in your life, whether that's another breakup. I mean, it's not super fresh necessarily, but like you are on the healing arc with that, but you are getting over something. Something where some of you guys have like lost something. There is some kind of, excuse me, loss happening for a lot of you, and you're still like recovering from that, which is a concern. And then, you know, Two of Cups reverse, a separation. Yeah, I see like you guys are coming from more of an energy of loss than they are. And I don't even know that they recognize that you're in a different energetic space, which is a little bit of a problem. Okay, so, wow. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed, which is like dissatisfaction. And then we have the Nine of Wands upright, which is like a fight, something worth fighting for. Temperance reversed is like impatience. And King of Swords. King of Swords, so yeah, King of Swords when it's upright is like a master of the language. And I don't know, this is the fact that it's reversed, it's kind of like someone not communicating well. And I definitely, for some of you, this is going to give you a lot of pause. I mean, for some of you, you might just be looking for somebody to kind of have some fun with or whatever. But I feel like there's going to be conflict of some kind in this relationship, and it's going to have to do with communication, impatience, fighting, and you ultimately, I see it as you ultimately being dissatisfied, and maybe like putting you in a place where you're like, oh my gosh, there's like some unhealed pain that I have not dealt with. That is going to come out, and maybe not the prettiest way. Oh, King of Cups. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I see this relationship not like being the most fulfilling for you guys. I see it being upsetting on some level, and maybe being like you feeling stuck because like the Six of Swords is reversed, and that's like the escape card upright, but then when it's reversed, it's like you're stuck. And then the Page of Cups is like, it's a desire. I feel like this is their energy. It's a desire to offer something emotional to you. But they know that they're not completely on the up and up. They know that they lack some of the basic equipment, I think, and they're coming to terms with that. And when I say basic equipment, I mean basic equipment of having a healthy relationship. There's something there's a bit of cunning going on where they're like, oh, if I could just land you, if I could just land this person or land this relationship, it'll validate me. And it's like, dude, you're not here to just validate people. Just, you have a life too. you have needs and things. It's just so funny because the first cards that I put down here were so positive. And then there was that little Three of Wands reversed. And I think that I'm getting the idea that your friends / family or whatever will be like, why aren't you going after this relationship with this person? They're so great. They want to be with you. What's the big deal? Why don't you move on from the thing that whatever, you were coming off of? Like, they'll just be like, hello, yeah, you should go out with this person. But they don't know. they just don't know. They're just looking at things through their very limited lens. And, that's fine. I think that people tend to give advice from their own places of baggage, and they're not even like aware of their own baggage a lot of the time, which makes it difficult. I'm going to pull some cards from the Composition Oracle deck, which I did a review on recently. If you want to go through my channel history, it's really cute. I'm just going to pull a couple of composition. Okay, yeah, no solid foundation. The challenge, okay. Yeah, I don't see you guys have it. It's like that expression they say, like when you pull back the tinsel, there's just more tinsel. I don't see there being like a lot of substance to this relationship that really hits the ground running. But this person doesn't care. They're kind of living in la la land, like I like to say. So yeah, I think you're right to pause, at least. Not saying like, absolutely do not go with this person. Like, not saying that, but I mean, you can go through the reading and see what I saw. But I see problems with the foundation, and I think you do too. It's going to be a challenge to maintain your objectivity, because I do think that you are hurt. Some of you watching are going through something where you got hurt, and so, yeah, sometimes it's like, all right, I've been hurt. I know I don't want to run into another situation where I could get hurt, and it's not wise. However, the level of comfort that this person's attention and frankly admiration might provide you is going to make it hard for you to like resist, even though I think a lot of you are like, no, this isn't the right thing to do. So this is the challenge, is for you to maintain your objectivity. If you guys, some of you might have friends who are good at maintaining objectivity and won't just kind of advise you out of their own wounds or blind spots, frankly. And I think, yeah, the search, I love that the search card came up for you. I think that you are searching for something, but it might not necessarily be in the form of like this person. I feel like for a lot of you, the search is going to be much more personal. For this, I'm going to pull a kind of closing mermaids and dolphins Mermaids and Dolphins card. Here you go, you can see it. Just to kind of wrap up for a next step for you. The cards are pretty straightforward on what's going on here. It's so interesting to me that it started off so like positive and yay, but then it's like, yeah, well, sometimes things are too good to be true, right? So, okay, interesting. Ready, set, go. Now is the perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart's desire. So, okay, that's so interesting because it's like, kind of like what I've been saying is like, yeah, you're right to have misgivings. I think that for some of you, this doesn't like actually go and jump into this relationship. I mean, for some people, if this is truly your heart's desire, and it might be good to talk with like an objective friend, if you got one, or call like a warm line or something. Those are like crisis hotlines, but they're warm lines, and you can Google them, and it's just people who are like, let's talk and be positive. It's not like crisis, which some of you might like that. I think that, you know, with this search card here, I think you do have a heart's desire, but there's something that is making you feel nervous about it, or like you can't have it. And so you're not really going after what you really want. But this whole experience is kind of like, well, you can fail at what you don't want. And, you know, this is a time for you to do some soul searching and maybe do some journaling or reflection or talking with a good friend about like, what is it that you really, really want? Because I see some of you watching this are going to be like, you get caught up in what the other person wants. And I can relate to this. It's like, it's just like a learned response. You get caught up in like, well, this person wants it. And so, yeah, okay. Like, I like making people happy. Like, there's a little bit of a people pleaser, over functioning vibe. But if you're truly honest with yourself and you take time to pause and be objective, I think it's important to think about, what do you really want? What do you want? And what are you truly searching for? Just because an opportunity is presented to you doesn't mean you have to take it. I'm not saying, oh, absolutely don't take it, but like, doesn't mean that you have to. You can take a pause and be like, is this really right for me? Some of these people I'm also getting like from earlier, like they saw that you went through something hard and they're just like, okay, well, if this person wants you, then like, why wouldn't you accept that gift? You know, like just be happy. They just want you to be happy. It's like not coming from a bad place. But they don't maybe truly understand your heart's desires. And that's up for you to determine and clarify for yourself and go on a journey to find that. This is a good time for you. And I think it'll send the universe a powerful message about what you're ready for as well. So I hope that reading was helpful for you, pile number one. If you like that, please be sure to like and subscribe and tell all your friends about Fawn of the Forest. And I will see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is, what are their true intentions toward you? Because sometimes people and their intentions aren't so clear. And sometimes the intentions that they broadcast to us aren't always genuine. Whether conscious or not, sometimes they're not always genuine. So this spread is meant to give you some clarity and empowerment so you can move forward in the best way for you. Let's jump right in, shall we? Okay. Ooh, we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. All right. Okay. So, very interesting cards. So with the Ace of Pentacles reverse, I see a missed opportunity. Or like a waste of something, a waste of resources, a waste of an opportunity. And then with the Five of Pentacles reversed, I see kind of waking up to a reality that maybe you weren't ready to wake up to before. Like, you were so caught up in one way of thinking, and now that's changing. And the way of thinking that you were caught up in had to do with some sense of scarcity, some kind of scarcity mindset. We have the Eight of Swords here, which is about kind of similar to this card's energy. It's about being trapped in your own mind, overthinking, um, really not actually being trapped, but being trapped in your mind, if that makes sense. And then we have the Four of Pentacles reversed, which is about like not being wasteful again. It's interesting that waste and being trapped in your mind and your way of thinking. But Four of Pentacles, like when it's upright, it's about like hoarding. So what's the opposite of hoarding? It's kind of like being too free with giving. Giving. That's what I'm getting. So waste and being trapped by your way of thinking. Let's pull some more cards and get some more clarity. What are their intentions? Interesting. Okay. Oh, let's see. All right. So Six of Cups is what I'm drawn to first, which is like nostalgia, joy from the past, happy memories. This might be somebody that you have a past with. I think for some of you, definitely. And from them, or from their perspective, they're trying to reconnect with a version of you that is honestly expired, and not in a bad way, but like it's like maybe they knew you like 20 years ago, or I don't know how old you guys are, but they like knew you when you were just a different person, and they were maybe a different person. I don't know though. But like they're when they connect with you now, they're not connecting fully with you as you are today. They're connecting with the version of you that they knew from the past. And yeah, I see like a desire to control. I see a desire to control a narrative of some kind, and maybe get back what they feel was lost. There is an agenda going on here, and there's like, I don't think that things are moving for them as quickly as they would like. Let's pull some more cards. This is a very interesting reading so far. I want clarification here. Interesting. Okay. So Three of Swords reversed is like a heartbreak, but coming out of it. The Magician is like transforming. It's also a communication card. They want to talk to you and they want to resolve something, I think, but they want to control the narrative, and they're not happy with how you view the narrative of what happened. This, I don't know if I said this before, this might be someone you had a falling out with or something. And I think that their desire to reconnect with you is a little bit impulsive with that Knight of Wands. They're hoping for some kind of transformation. They're dissatisfied with the way that things have been or that like things have unfolded between you guys. Interesting. Coming out of conflict. There's a lot of coming out, like wanting to turn things around, wanting to change the existing story. Interestingly. Let me hide that because you know how to... Okay, well, we have the Star upright. Sometimes I forget to cover up these things. We have the Star upright, which is like renewal. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for a lot of you watching, I feel like it might be someone from your past coming back, or I'm just getting that energy. Wanting to resolve the fight or some kind of conflict that you had, regrets, and it's funny how my Strength card keeps showing up in this position. I think that you have grown enough over the time since, I guess, maybe you knew this person, if it is someone from your past, or you've just grown in general, where you can be like, all right, well, is this really a good idea? Like, you know, they do want to control the narrative. They are kind of talking to just a past version of you and not really realizing it. And it's just kind of like, why can't this person let it go? You know, I'm getting ego. That's why. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. With the Six of Wands reversed, pull this card out now. With the Six of Wands reversed, I just see like ego embarrassment. Knight of Cups is like they like want to meet you at your emotional level, but I don't think they have the tools for it. That comes up a lot in my readings, actually. Just because somebody wants a relationship or wants to rekindle something or wants to repair something doesn't necessarily mean that they have the skills to do it. It's a nice intention, but do they really have the skills, or will you be back at square one? I don't know why I'm getting such a strong, like, this is a person from your past. Let me know in the comments if that's true for you. And hopefully if this person isn't from your past, for some of you, this reading is still making sense on some level. Yeah, they want to collaborate. They want to build something with you. I think that part of it also is that they see you shining. It's a little self-serving. And honestly, it's a little bit delusional because they don't know you. Okay, so this is helping me understand. It's like, okay, for some of you, it might be the past. For some of you, this person might just not have a clear understanding of who you are. And they're like looking at a fantasy version of you. Like, we need that in our lives. It can only take you so far. Yeah, immaturity, right? Yeah. Interesting. The Five of Swords is a victory at all costs, which again makes me feel like they want to control the narrative somehow. Page of Cups is immature way of relating. Three of Cups reverse is like betrayal. Three is a crowd. Interesting. Three is a crowd getting pushed out. Somebody gets pushed out. Maybe you're going to get pushed out. And then the Knight of Pentacles is commitment. And taking it slow, like kind of like saying... So I feel like for a lot of you guys watching, this Knight of Pentacles is actually saying like you're at a place in your life where you need people's words to match their actions. And I don't see that happening here with this person. And I'm not saying it's because they're evil villains or whatever. There's a lot of people out there in this world, right? And they don't all have the wherewithal to meet you where you want to be met. And I see you coming in with steady energy, and I see them wanting to meet you there, but I don't know if they can. And that's a decision. Yeah, the Fool. First, the Sun. Interesting. Well, okay. So we have the Sun. I think that if you were to get back together or, reconnect, let's say, or just connect in some cases, this isn't always, although I do get strong reconnection vibes from this pile, it would be okay at first. It would be like, oh, this is nice, like, oh, I remember how much I miss this friendship, or, whatever it is, or this feels comforting, this is nice, and you'll get caught up a little bit, not in a bad way, but you'll get pulled into the joy of it. And it'll happen kind of fast, and it'll be like, whoa, okay, yes, we're doing this. But interestingly, with this Fool reversed and the Death, see, I see that as their kind of issue, where it's like, it's about needing to embrace change. And that's what's hard about this, is that whatever version of you in their imagination, and maybe in your imagination that you have of them too, whatever version needs to die. It needs to die. And it's like, can it die? Can you truly meet again on this new level as the new people that you are? And that Fool reversed, though, I see there being some struggle with that, quite frankly. I see there being some struggle with that. Let's pull some Composition Oracle deck cards. I did a recent unboxing of this deck, which I like. I just got this. So if you want to watch that video, check it out. It's not that old. It's maybe a few weeks old. Okay, discipline. We have discipline, Nurture and passion. Huh. I mean, discipline. Okay. This is so interesting that we're seeing this like this. So these two cards, discipline and passion, are black because they're like shadow cards or whatever, and then nurture is white, which, you know, whatever. But I see these as being like, these are the two pillars that need to be in place. And it's not going to be like easy. It's going to feel easy initially with this person, but and I think you have what it takes to nurture the connection. The question is, like, do you guys also have these other things in the bank? Do you have the ability to talk and work on your issues? Do you have the love for this person, or just like the desire to put in time and energy? This is not one of those things that come really easily, like those relationships that come really easily. It's going to take a lot of work. And the big hurdle that I see is being able to see each other clearly, which is a problem. Which is a problem, I see. Maybe not just for them, but for you. And I think really thinking about, I'm going to pull one of these Mermaids and Dolphins cards for your next step. It's like getting to know somebody all over again, starting from scratch. And that's hard to do at times. It's not that people can't do it. It's just that it's hard to do. Oh, here we go. Make a decision. Feeling stuck or indecisive? Yeah, I could kind of see why with this spread. Listen to your intuition and make a decision. I'm going to read out of the book for this one, just to kind of give you guys a little more information here. All right. Sometimes life feels as if it's at an impasse while we await heaven's next instruction. By drawing this card, however, heaven asks, what do you want? And just to pause here, that was a huge theme in pile number 1. If you want to go watch that, if that's vibing with you, huge theme in pile number 1, and I guess also now pile number 2. It's important for us to ask ourselves what we want as opposed to just focusing on what they want, right? All right. What do you want? Sometimes the universe asks us to be the decision maker, and this is one of those times. Yeah, with that discipline too, I can see that. Instead of passively allowing life to push you around like a canoe without oars, you're counseled to take charge and set your own course. Know that heaven gives you all of the resources you need to pull yourself out of any situation, as long as you make a firm and clear decision. Your decisiveness is the catalyst for heaven to clear the way for your manifestation. Let go of all fears or worries and focus only on the destination you intend to reach. Enjoy the journey along the way. So, you know, I'm getting like, you can't make a wrong decision is the thing. Like, yes, you might make a decision that temporarily results in like your unhappiness, or you're like, oh, well, that wasn't the right, or, you know, that like wasn't the right choice, or that like, yeah, I kind of wish that I hadn't, you know, done that, or not. And like, it might not be regret for all of you, but it might just not turn out the way that you hope, you know, that's life, right? But I also get with this make a decision card in this reading specifically that it's like, you can't really make a wrong decision, and the need to see things in like a black or white way is not really helping you. So, so really listening to your intuition, whatever that looks like for you. It looks different for everybody. And yeah, the way that we learn how to trust our intuitions, the way that we learn to ask our intuitions, it's very personalized, I feel like. My ancestors would call it listening to your first mind, though. And my great aunt would say, I should have listened to my first mind. So there is it's not just like, okay, make a decision. It's like, all right, use your intuition to make a decision. And I think that this situation is calling you to practice listening to and getting in tune with your intuition. And again, that's a very like individual process. Maybe some of you guys have ways of doing that. If you don't have a way of doing that, I think that this spread is calling on you to learn how to start to do that. Even if it's wobbly, even if it's shaky, even if you're like, this sucks, I don't know how to do this. It's calling on you to get in touch with that part of you. So I hope that was helpful, pile number 2. If you enjoyed that or found it helpful, please like and subscribe. Tell all of your forest friends about Fawn of the Forest. This is a new tarot channel, but I'm enjoying doing these readings, and I hope you are too. And I will see you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. The question for today is, what are their true intentions? I have already shuffled the deck, so let's just get right into it, shall we? Can't wait to get into your reading. All right. All right, 6 of Swords. What are their true intentions? This is already looking very interesting. Okay, so I'm drawn first and foremost to the 6 of Swords, which is reversed. And interestingly, so the 6 of Swords can be like an internet card, like social media. It's reversed, and it can also mean then like not being able to escape. So let's just keep that in mind as we continue. All right, 7 of Pentacles is like resting on your laurels, being like, wow, look at what I did. Okay, for some of you, I'm getting like thirst trap. I know that's really funny. But hey, with the internet and all, it's like wanting attention and wanting to throw somebody off balance. No, I feel like this is about your intentions. Interesting. And then like, yeah, wanting to turn fortune in your favor. The Wheel of Fortune card, it's connected with the planet Jupiter, which is about good luck and expansion and good fortune. I feel like you want fortune to turn your way. There's a little sense of maybe like, I deserve fortune to turn my way. And kind of putting out on display something that makes you desirable to somebody else and throws them off balance. And I don't know why I feel like I'm in your energy, but I feel like I do. So let's just pull some more cards and see what it takes us. Okay, Ace of Wands reversed, 9 of Swords, 9 of Cups, make a wish. Whenever you see the 9 of Cups, make a wish, because that's the make a wish come true or wish come true card. I'll give you a moment. Make your wish. Ready, set, go. All right, I know you got it. Okay. So, you know what? I like that 9 of Swords cards. I know it looks bad. Like, oh, I just woke up from a horrible nightmare. But I see that as, in this case, as like coming out of like not realizing like the solutions almost here. But feeling, yeah, you're in some kind of, and yeah, I don't know why I feel called to be in your energy, even though this reading is supposed to be for what are their intentions. I think that some of you guys watching this will be like, oh yeah, this is like, I watched this video because like, it's about my crush that, I don't want to say this because it sounds mean, but like, that doesn't know that I exist or something. And so you're like, what are their intentions? I feel like, and I'm not saying this is a fantasy relationship, you guys, but like, I think that, yeah, like they are not really showing up in the spread yet. And I wonder if you guys really have a connection yet. I think you're trying to get their attention. Okay. And I'm not saying this in like, oh, you're so attention hoary or whatever. Just like, you're trying to get someone's attention. I understand. Been there. We've all been there. Okay. And it doesn't seem to be working with the Ace of Wands. Like, yeah, you want to strike up. I always see Ace of Wands. It's like striking a match. But so it's like, yeah, it's like when you try to strike a match, it doesn't take, it just breaks or it just doesn't work. It's broken. And you're like, why isn't this working? I want this to work out the way that I want it to. And it, you know, it's a wish. It's a desire. It's a fantasy that you have. However, the person in question is not looking your way. I'm sorry. Hey, you know, that's just a part of life. Let's pull some more cards and see what else we can gather from this. Yep, halt in progress. What the heck, man? Decisions to be made. Okay. The Tower, eh? Okay. So the Eight of Wands reversed is a halt in progress or a slowing of progress. Yeah, I see a lot of like, this isn't working out the way that I want it to. And it's like, this thing can't even get off the ground. I don't know if they're even thinking about having intentions towards you. I'm not meant to laugh. Like, it's just, okay, I just want to say, whenever I laugh about this, like, I've been here, okay? I've been to hell and back with this stuff. So if I'm laughing at this, I'm laughing at me too. I just want to say that. The Tower card is like sudden, like, whoa, change, some sudden. I think there's something that you don't know about this person yet that is gonna, like, man, it's almost like you don't know that they're in a relationship or something, or they're pursuing something with somebody else. I don't get the sense that this person is fully available. You're trying to get their attention. They've already got something going on, and even the idea of like them being like, oh, this you want my attention, you like me, they'll be like, what, really? And I think it would throw them off, honestly, because I think they have other designs for their life right now, at least, that whether it's another relationship or they're like working on something. But I see if they were to know that you want their attention, they would be like, whoa, that's really jarring. I did not see that coming. Okay, we got the Devil and the Moon here, upright. The Devil is like control, domination. At least I'm seeing it in this. Yeah, I feel like, again, and I know this is not the reading, but your intentions, if you were to make your intentions clear, I think it would preoccupy them and distract them. Now, some of you might be happy to hear that. There would be some kind of reckoning or clarity, not in a bad way. Whenever I see the Judgment card, I'm like, no judgment. That's what I've been taught. This person might not be who you think they are. It's like, it's almost giving off the thing of like, you don't really know this person. And I don't know, they seem kind of confused. Like, I just don't think you have all the information. And I know that's probably why you're watching this. This reading, though, is more about you than them, it's turned out to be. This Queen of Pentacles reversed, it's like losing ground, losing your strength, losing your footing, and maybe like losing some confidence too, or wasting time. I don't know that this person is worth your time, is what I think they're trying to kind of communicate in this. Regrets, mothering. Oh shoot, hopefully not mother issues. All right. Ace of Swords reverse is regrets. The Empress is nurturing. Yeah. I think that this person and your interest in this person, whatever it may be, is more to do with you. Hey, that's the case for a lot of us. I think that you want a romantic experience. Who wouldn't, right? Okay, obviously not everybody, but just try to normalize what you desire. Like, that makes sense. And then we have this Five of Pentacles reversed, which is really interesting because it's like feeling like you're out in the cold, shut out. It's like that song, like, you can't hurry, love. Oh, you just have to wait. And it's like, I'm ready. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of being lonely and out in the cold. I'm ready to have this new experience. And in fact, I was maybe ready to have this a little while ago. But regrettably, I was not able to have this experience. And yeah, you want this experience and you're like, I'm not sure though how to go about getting it. Interesting. Because the High Priestess, like, I feel like is about trusting your intuition. It's also about loving yourself. And I know some of you are like, no, but like, it's like recognizing that you have something very precious in you, like a precious pearl. It's like that Katy Perry song, Pearl, if you guys know that song, where she sings like, oh, she used to be a pearl. Yeah, she used to rule the world. Can't believe she's become a shell of herself because she used to be a pearl. It's about someone, it's about a woman specifically, a girl, who gets into a relationship that makes her small and makes her a shell of herself, and how she has to reclaim that. And I think that for some of you watching, you have had that relationship where you are healing from that and reconnecting with your magic. And for some of you, it's like a sexual magic too. It's like a sensual, I mean, it's good. It's good. It's like some of you guys have had some not so great experiences, and I see that with the Three of Swords, heartbreak. And so for some of you watching, it's you're coming off something bad, especially with that reversed Ace of Swords in the last pull. And for some of you, it's like, it's about like, you're not quite, like, it's not like you can't start a relationship now, but it's like you have some work to do with connecting to yourself more, so that when you do get into a relationship with somebody, you don't just instantly lose yourself. You don't think, well, I have to just like evaporate to be with this person, because a lot of people make that mistake. I'm getting a lot of like younger energy, the Fool, kind of like trying to have the first relationship and it not really, you know, and kind of having the typical problems of a first relationship, where it's like the people, each party doesn't really know themselves truly, and are just kind of like throwing shit against the wall and seeing what works, and operating out of wounds that are from the past that maybe you don't even like recognize are creating blind spots for you. Some of you guys will be going to therapy, and I think that's a good thing. Queen of Swords reversed. Yeah, it's just like communication problems and all that. I see like needing to nurture yourself more. I'm going to pull from the Composition Oracle deck, which is my new Oracle deck. It's so cute. I did like a unboxing review of the deck in an earlier video, I think like maybe a month ago or something. It's really cute. I got it off Etsy, and I'm a writer, so I spent many time in my life writing in these composition books, and so it's kind of nostalgic for me. Let's pull, what is this? Celebration. Celebrate good times, rewards, movement. Wow. So these are good cards for you, pile number 3. I see. Yeah, I think that there's just growth for you, that this is really more about you. I see you turning inward, celebrating who you are, getting to know yourself better, and maybe even like movement. Like movement can look different for a lot of you. And I think that the process of celebrating, I think going after what you really want, which interestingly was like a big theme in the first 2 piles. So if you're at all called to those, feel free to watch those too. But movement in this case, it could mean like literally travel. It could also mean like moving your body, honestly. And rewards being like, all right, well, what's really going to fill me up? And I think for some of you watching, I recommend this exercise of just like really writing out like, what's going to make me happy in a relationship? And keep in mind when you make this list, or you do this journaling exercise, that is subject to change. The more you learn about yourself, the more you grow, the more you have experiences. And you can't force things, you know, it goes back to, you can't hurry love. If it's meant to be, it'll be meant to be. And with this Queen of Swords reverse, it's like there's that forcing energy. I don't want you guys to force anything. You know, whoever you're watching this video with in mind for what their intentions are for you, I see them kind of being on their own track and just like, you know, and that's fine. That's totally fine if they're on their own track, if they've like got their own thing going. It's kind of like a little bit of a wake-up call for you to be like, all right, let me do some self-reflection then, and decide what my intentions are in a relationship. Like, we always want to know what the other person's intentions are, but what are your intentions in a relationship? And get real honest. Like, some of you guys watching, and no judgment-free zone, but it's like some of you guys watching is like, I just want attention. And I get it, I do. But like, you know, being honest about that. Or maybe some of you are like, I have no idea what my intentions are. I just want a relationship. I just want to experience that. I want to be chosen. But you matter, and you're going to be a part of whatever future relationship or connection that you end up cultivating. And so instead of looking outward, I'd say look inward and really get honest with yourself about what it is that you bring to the table. What is it that you bring to somebody else? What do you want to bring to somebody else? Kind of like an offering. What do I have to offer? And really getting clear on that for you. So I'm going to pull for a final next step for you from the Mermaids and Dolphins deck, my beloved Mermaids and Dolphins deck. Let's see what it says here. Ooh, okay, I can see that, right? Okay, synchronicity. Your prayers and questions are being answered by synchronistic events. Notice them in order to increase their flow. I love this picture. It's dolphins and crystals, and it looks very 80s, like Trapper Keeper nostalgia. For some of you, this might be like getting in touch with some part of you from childhood that maybe has been on the back burner. And by you reconnecting with that part of you, it's going to create more synchronicity in your life. Let's read from a little booklet too, what it says about synchronicity. Synchronicity. Okay, here we go. As a result of all your prayers and manifestation work, you're now attracting synchronistic events. Those chance meetings, information that you just happen to receive, and other other synchronicities are really answered prayers. By drawing this card, heaven calls your attention to the synchronicity and serendipity happening in your life. The more you notice these magical events, the more they'll occur for you. Even better, write them down in a journal as a way to stimulate more synchronicity in your life. Yeah, maybe you'll write them down in a composition book. Okay, I just want to pause here. I'm not done reading this, but something came to me as I was reading this. So yeah, right now, for some of you, there's a bit of too much focus on what you don't have, on what's missing. And I think if you get in touch with this part of you from childhood, it's nostalgic, fun, colorful side of you, and you turn your attention to what is working, what is abundant, what is synchronistic in my life, instead of like, this is missing, I don't have this, I want this and I can't get it, I regret it, I'm upset. I get it, you have those feelings, I totally get it, and like it's okay to have those feelings. This is kind of saying, I'm getting the message like, turn your head a little bit, turn your head toward what you do have and all the good things that you do have going for you, and who you are. Really, you know, like celebrate who you are. And yeah, I see like some really wonderful, prosperous, abundant things happening to you. Okay, I'll keep reading. You may already know that there are no coincidental or accidental occurrences. This card reflects your recent focus on positive thoughts, which is what we just talked about, which are being directed toward your desires. Like a magical energy beam that can influence physical objects, your optimism and faith are reshaping your life into a masterpiece that reflects your higher self. Oh, what a nice reading. Okay, so this is really, really positive for you. I'm so glad that this ended on such a positive note for you. You know, there's this musical by Stephen Sondheim that I love called Assassins. And there's a song from it that goes like, everybody's got the right to some sunshine, not the sun, but maybe one of its beams. And I think that maybe you've been like, I want the sun. But you know, you have beams of light on you. Literally with this, you have beams of light on you, and a beam can be extremely powerful. And if you're just focused on the sun and owning the sun and getting the whole sun, you're going to be missing out though on stuff that is extremely powerful that maybe you don't even realize could change your life. And so, yeah, I feel like this is ending on a really positive note. Focus on what you do have. Focus on turning your head, pile number 3, towards the synchronicities. Reconnect with something from your past that lights you up. And I think a whole new path of abundance and happiness and celebration and growth is going to come your way. Wow. Okay. Well, I feel like that was my favorite reading of all 3 today. Not that I'm, playing favorites, but I just like how that ended for you, pile number 3. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful for you. If you liked that, please feel free to like and subscribe and tell all your fellow forest fawn friends about Fawn of the Forest. This is a new fledgling tarot channel, and I'd love to spread the word. So have a great day, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye.